folks, ladies and gentlemen, it's my hope that this particular video finds you in good spirit. Welcome to the Spot On. And if we are interacting for the first time, my good name is Sam Wendal. And of course, this is the best online channel when it comes to matters politics. Because on this particular channel, we give you a real-time update of what is happening in the political scene. We also do a proper analysis of these particular events, and we're also able to predict what is likely going to happen in the future, insofar as these political happenings are concerned. And therefore, if you've not subscribed to this particular channel, I request you just to take 2 seconds of your time, 2 to 3 seconds rather of your time, and then subscribe to the channel. Why are you supposed to subscribe? You are supposed to subscribe because, number one, through your subscription, you are going to make this particular channel grow. And then number two, so that anytime we post a video, automatically YouTube is going to let you know. And then after subscribing, kindly like the video, because if you like this video is going to reach out to as many people as possible. And to those of you who have already subscribed, thank you so much, guys, because without your support, actually this particular channel could have not been where it is right now. So today, folks, I want us to look at the next move. What could be the next move of the Lang'ata Member of Parliament, Felix Odiwuor alias Jalas? Now, in Azimio, members of parliament retreat, or Azimio legislators retreat, somewhere in Machakos County, we saw the individual being roughed up, or he was denied entry to that particular meeting by what I'll call some goons. And I think these particular goons were under firm instructions to deny him entry. Actually, it took the intervention of the likes of the Embakasi East Member of Parliament, Babu Wino, and his Nairobi counterpart, or the Nairobi Senator, Edwin Sifuna. Actually, these are the people who intervened and ensured that JALANG'O was able to get entry to that particular meeting. But of course, after that, you saw what happened. The guy was sent away for what they call disloyalty to the party. Now, folks, before we look into that particular discussion, on this particular channel, I have opined not once, not twice, that in politics, there are two things that are involved. But then, out of these two things, there's one which is constant. And that particular constant factor is what drives most politicians to make some political moves. So in politics, there's something called loyalty, and then there's another thing called betrayal. And as they say that loyalty is in most circumstances being rewarded in installments. But then when it comes to disloyalty is being punished instantly. And actually that's what bewildered the Lang'ata Member of Parliament. Actually, when you saw those particular videos, actually that's what made him to be sent away out of that particular meeting, because of the issue of disloyalty. The members were feeling that by the moment he went to the State House to meet the president, he was being disloyal not only to the party but also to their party leader. Then the constant factor in politics is the issue of interest, because interest is what drive politicians. Because and you had the Lang'ata Member of Parliament saying that if you can't give him what he wants, then he has to find a way of getting it from elsewhere, and that's now what I call interest. I know maybe you are wondering, why is it that all this particular attention has been given to the Lang'ata Member of Parliament, and yet in that particular meeting in State House, there were around 9 legislators from ODM. One, Lang'ata is the only constituency in Nairobi County. Actually, the rest of those legislators I think they are coming from Raila's backyard. I think the Nyanza backyard. So Lang'at is the only constituency outside Nyanza. Two, Lang'ata constituency is the only constituency that the ODM party leader once represented for the longest time possible. And in other quarters, they call it, I don't know, his bedroom or such kind of a thing. So actually, that's a constituency that is so dear to him. And by the aspect that maybe one of his foot soldiers, so to speak, is doing things contrary to him or to his will or without his knowledge. Uh, Actually, I think that's why they're giving that particular, and that's why they're giving that particular constituency that particular attention. So the truth of the matter is this: that the Lang'ata member of parliament is now not in good terms with the members of the party and more so the party leader. So I'm certain that maybe you are wondering that after the fact that he's not in good terms with his party leader, because when you heard the speech of his party leader, he talked about betrayal, and he went ahead and said that such kind of characters who betrays the party at the expense of maybe money or something, those particular people are supposed to resign. You are now wondering that what could be the next move, or what should the member of parliament, Felix Sudur, do so that at least he finds himself in the good foot or in a good foot, not only with the party members or members of the party, but also with the party leader, because we've heard from some sections or from some quarters, people are now voicing or are now coming up in open and asking that these particular members that they need to resign. Because remember, I had opined in one of those videos and I said that the person that I was sympathizing with out of all those nine legislators was the Lang'ata member of parliament, because I saw this particular, action coming. I knew that the party was going to be hard on him because of several reasons. Lang'ata is not only just any other constituency. It's a serious constituency, and their party leader was once the member of parliament of that particular constituency. Then number two, out of those legislators, he was the only person who was serving his first term. Most of those legislators, they have served their second term. So you are now wondering what could be his move, or what is he supposed to do so that at least he can rebrand himself. The first thing, the guy can decide to retreat. Folks, a retreat is one of the best strategy, because at times when you realize that your enemy, is so much into what or is capable of, winning maybe any battle, that maybe if you're battling with them and they are capable of winning that particular battle, you retreat. Why do you retreat? You retreat to do what we call soul searching, because honestly, is so young in that particular seat, and that particular seat comes with some power, and as they say that power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. So that seat comes with some power. So maybe he needs to just go and sit somewhere with himself and try to conduct that particular soul searching, so at least he finds out what he wants for the remainder of that particular term. The second thing that he can do is maybe mobilize. He can do what we call internal mobilization. He can use the likes of other legislators. Of course, I know that these particular individuals are his friends. He needs to use those particular legislators at least to talk to them. At least that particular trust can come back, and to some extent, it can also involve other co-principals in the Azimio family, the likes of Musyoka, Kalonzo Musyoka, because in that particular meeting, you saw how Kalonzo was so, passionate of making sure that he gets back to the system, and they help him rather than just throwing him away. So maybe can make good use of such kind of leaders. And this also brings me to something that Kalonzo is coming up like a good negotiator, because you heard in that particular meeting when Kalonzo was actually pleading with the rest of members of that particular party, pleading with them so that at least they can just maybe give him a second time, bring him on board, at least so that they can do maybe what they call internal, sanitization. They can sanitize him internally, so that at least he feels back to the system, or he feels loved again. And maybe you are wondering, why is it that maybe Kalonzo has that particular tone? Kalonzo is doing that maybe for several reasons. Number one, he's strategizing, because remember that he's hoping that in 2027, Raila Amolo Odinga is going to, back him for the topmost seat. So one, that's a strategy, because he knows that in 2027, when he will be vying, he will need the support of this particular individual. But then when that time comes, the guy will argue out that, you know what, this particular guy, when my party wanted to send me away, it's him who single-handedly came out in bold and actually talked to my party leader, or to the members of my party, so that at least they can listen to me, so that at least they can absorb me back. And this now goes to the party, because I believe that particular individual is so young, not in terms of age, but young in terms of the leadership position that right now he is in. So I believe it's the work of the party, and maybe you can find a way. They can find a way on sitting that particular individual down, so at least they can address him, talk to him on maybe what is supposed to do and what is not supposed to do. Because there I say that these particular seats do come with some power, and you know what power can do when it gets into your mind. So being that the guy is young in that particular seat, he needs to, they need to sit down with him and then at least ensure that they talk to him, so at least they come into agreement on what is expected of them, or what is expected of him, so at least the next time he doesn't adhere to that particular line, or he fails to toe the line, then maybe such kind of disciplinary actions can be taken against him. His next move should be, one, he can retreat. He needs to retreat, do soul searching. Number two, talk to the internal party organs. Number three, mobilize. He can mobilize from other party leaders or other co-principals, the likes of Kalonzo, the likes of Martha Karua. And being that Kalonzo had this soft spot for him, he can mobilize through Kalonzo. At least they can engage the party leader, and at least he can be brought on board. So at least that particular trust can at least come back. Otherwise, they're still considering a betrayer or a snitch. So unless he does those, then or if he fails to do what I've just said, then I think that maybe his next move, or what he decides to do next, maybe he will be writing his political obituary. I don't know what you think concerning that particular analysis. You can let me know of your opinion in the comment section. So kindly go to the comment and then tell me what do you think. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. Until next time, bye bye. And if you have not subscribed, once again, kindly subscribe.